Hey, my people, thank you for watching the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there and hit that notification button right there. And you'll be getting me all the time when I come on live, okay? I'll be there all the time. I'll be there no matter what. Keep watching IMMTV Media, Radio and Television. Keep watching my personal show, talk show, Fritz Misodi Talk Show. This is the political lab for you guys, okay? Keep watching. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Yeah, we have some package for you. We have some package for you today. So thank you all for being there. We know things are moving towards the right direction. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Uno no say now you be the best. Uno no say now you be one mama oh. Come on, let's do it now. My baby my fine baby. My baby my sweet mama. Let me tell you something about this, my sweet mama. The only woman who give it me to grow and make me a man. Thank you, for the love you showed me. Without you, my bamendai, I know for the existing. Thank you, my bamendai. Thank you, my homeland. God bless you, my mama. For the sweat you sweat for your children. I am proud of you, you are rich. I am proud of you, you are strong. You defeat the whole Cameroon, like Africa in the one leg. My bamendai, my fine baby.
Thank you for being there today. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit of why is Cameroon, La Republic, is afraid to go to negotiation. Okay, and let's listen to this a little bit and see how the United Nations brought to the Cameroon government, okay, the information that is in the United Nations. Then we'll also watch the other issues that, other videos, and see they will come to discuss about it.
This is one of the original conversations we followed on NewsGrid. So in Cameroon, there's an English and French-speaking part of the country. The division started when the English-speaking Southern Cameroonians said they were not represented in or respected by the French-speaking majority government. Southern Cameroonians have been calling for independence so they can create their own country, a place they call AMBA. The government responded with a crackdown on the internet, travel, and continued raids on northwest and southwest parts of the country. It's unclear just how many people have died so far. In the last year, though, the situation has gotten worse. Now, just last week, Nigeria extradited 47 Cameroonian Anglophone separatists. They've now been sent back to Cameroon, where the government has described them as terrorists. Among them was the president of the interim Southern Cameroon's government, Ayok Tabe. Southern Cameroonians are demanding his release, and they want to know if the other separatists are still alive. Now, the refugee wing of the UN said that they condemned the forced return of the asylum seekers. And we also urge the government of Cameroon to ensure that the group is treated in accordance with human rights laws and standards. President Paul Biya, he has condemned all violence in the region in Cameroon. A few hours ago on his Facebook page, he reshared this post from a speech that he made last year. Now, in it, he said the government had to take measures to maintain order, protect civilians, and hand over to the judicial authorities those who committed or were suspected of committing these criminal acts. Hashtags have driven the conversation for Southern Cameroonians online. They have a very unified voice, all calling for Ambazonia to become its own state, free of oppression by the current government. Chris here, he's saying that we cannot afford to be second-class citizens anymore. Now, one of the most prominent voices online is Jude Ranze. He's a political activist.
Many Southern Cameroonians wish to see a return to an independent Southern Cameroon because they have, over the course of the last 50+ years, witnessed systematic marginalization at the hands of the French-dominated government. The resolve and resilience has shown itself for over 1 year now, and there seems to be no slowing down or quitting as Southern Cameroonians still religiously boycott schools and fully respect ghost towns. Southern Cameroon was an independent country anyway, so returning to the status quo is a matter of life and death for many.
Other groups are saying Cameroon and Southern Cameroon need to work out their differences and stay as one country. Benjamin Aki Kumge, he's Cameroonian and is an assistant professor at Syracuse University.
Most English-speaking Cameroonians who support unity blame the government for abandoning this crisis to security forces. Some of them are overworked and they make mistakes, compounding the situation. The solution to the crisis is not separation. Now the separatist group are confused themselves. There are so many of them, and they are publicly raising money for their actions. The way forward is to force the government to take the political actions and to block funding to the separatists.
The spokesman for the UN Secretary General said he supports upholding the unity and territorial integrity of Cameroon and urges all parties to refrain from acts that could lead to an escalation of tension and violence. The Secretary General believes that genuine and inclusive dialogue between the government and the communities in the Southwest and Northwest regions is the best way to preserve the unity and stability of the country. Now, if you're in Cameroon, please continue to write us. We receive hundreds of messages from you a day, and we very much appreciate hearing from you.
This is what happens when
and sharing your story with us. You can write me directly at Leah Harding AJE, or you can continue to use our hashtag AJNewsGrid.
Okay. You've heard a report from Al Jazeera. Okay. We have some good reports. Okay. Listen to this one. Then we'll discuss it.
Let us rather ask the real question. What have we done with our independence? Of the independence and the reunification of Cameroon at the May 20 Boulevard, the head of state granted 7 audiences to 7 very important personalities. The president of the 64th session of the United Nations General Assembly, Ali Treki, is also received by the head of state. The warmth of the relations reveals the friendly ties between both personalities. The last time they met was in September 2009. Today, they are meeting again. President Poble has been handed 2 Cameroonian maps with clearly defined and traced boundaries of Cameroon. The personalities received by President Paul Biya today have one thing in common. They were active participants at the 50th anniversary celebrations of the independence and reunification of Cameroon. Jean-Victor Nkolo, the spokesperson of the President of the 64th General Assembly of the United Nations Organization, has also been received by the head of state. Yesterday, his boss was received by the President of the Republic, during which audience President Ali Treki presented to President Paul Biya 2 unique maps of Cameroon dating from 1949, preserved in the cartographic archives of the United Nations in New York. Jean-Vincent Nkolo is a Cameroonian, and he came to pay a courtesy visit to the head of state, his own president.
Wow. You have seen from this thing that they say Canada calls Cameroon a federal republic. Okay. This is what La Republic is planned to is playing, to test the waters about the federal system. Okay. but they are not still ready for a federal system. They are not ready. Okay, when you see the way they have treated our people for the past years, they don't even they say decentralization. What is decentralization? They don't want to go to the root causes of the problem. They don't want to go to the root causes of the problem. They want to remain in that level where they think that is okay for them, and that is where the problem. That's how they want to solve the problem. Okay, they are using manipulation, propaganda, all kinds of way just to fool our people. But how, for the past years, ask yourself, has all those manipulation worked? The answer is no, it has not worked. It has not worked. Why do they still spend money and time to manipulate stuff that will not work? That's a question we're asking. It's sad. But take a listen and you know what we are talking about. Is brief of what a description of this crisis. Just a brief.
There is a written statement I'll be reading from, so if folks want to have that, you can have access to that later. It's also here. There is no longer any controversy. Leading British historical and legal agencies, and none other than French President Emmanuel Macron, have equally and recently asserted colonialism was and is a crime against humanity. As such, United Nations protocols empower all peoples and parties to act with the, quote, responsibility to prevent genocide and the, quote, responsibility to protect. It is not so useful in the case of the Cameroons or Ambazonia to spend time debating who is most at fault. Is it the government in Yaoundé or the man called Biya, who has been president since I was 19 years old, the longest ruling leader in the world? Is it the original French colonists who, along with their British counterparts, set up this competitive, divided we fall scramble way back when? Is it the UN in failing to oversee the promises made decades ago? Perhaps it's the children of Ambazonia who, frustrated at increasing police and military violence and little to show for decades of completely nonviolent and unarmed actions against their colonial predicament, pick up some stones to defend themselves just over the past year. There is enough guilt to go around, and we say again, it is not so useful to spend time debating who is most at fault. The UN mandated responsibility to protect and the responsibility to prevent genocide, equally, especially in cases of contemporary ongoing colonialism, is the responsibility of all of us. It is certainly the responsibility of the United Nations member states, with an emphasis on those who currently make up the Human Rights Council, which soon meets in Geneva. But it is also the responsibility of non-governmental organizations, organizations like the International Peace Research Association, with consultative status with ECOSOC. And yes, it's the responsibility of media as well, to remember that even conflicts which appear small in places which are not easily found on maps require our urgent attention and solidarity. We need only reflect on the upcoming 25th anniversary of the Rwandan genocide and the ongoing tensions in the Great Lakes region to be clear about that. I represent a UNESCO-affiliated organization of scholars, academics, researchers, and students from roughly 100 countries in every region of the world. We, of all people, know that the information is neither inaccessible nor in doubt. Despite sometimes misleading reports, from even the most reputable and well-known agencies in the human rights field, it is not too difficult to ascertain who is most at risk and who is mostly armed in the northwestern corner between Cameroon and Nigeria. Despite recent news that the U.S. will suspend security assistance to Cameroon because of its poor human rights record, we must not be overjoyed or lulled into a sense of false accomplishment. Our colleague, Adotai Akwe, Amnesty International's deputy director here in the United States, noted yesterday, quote, Cameroonian security forces have indiscriminately killed, arrested, and tortured people, firing on crowds, displacing thousands of civilians, and destroying entire villages with impunity, close quote. Until all that has come to a complete end, calls like this one to the UNHRC, which we sign on to today, are vital in both accumulating incontrovertible information to share with the World Forum and in stemming the tide of violence, at least in the short term. In the long run, we repeat, colonialism was, and in Ambazonia today, colonialism still is a crime against humanity. Until colonialism is ended, our work will not be complete. Thank you.
We will be delivering the letter to the UN later today. We want the United Nations Human Rights Commission to act during its 40th session, which convenes on February 25th. And I think the way Reverend Dr. Emma put it is perfect. We call on them to embrace a sense of urgency with regards to this situation. Lives are being lost on a daily basis.
Yeah, you have heard what transpired. You have heard this is United Nations Human Rights Council members, UNESCO, also UNESCO members. They sat and they were talking about our matter. Okay, but you know, no one can talk about your matter more than you can. No one will blow your trumpet for you more than you can blow your trumpet. Okay, but from that short report, I gathered very important information that these people are looking in a whole crisis. When people are fighting like that, the United Nations does not make noise. They sit and they pick issues that they want to talk about and where they are looking at. Okay, number one point that I gathered from this video is that our people have suffered for many decades. Our Saudi Cameroon people have suffered for many decades, and they had no choice than to look for any way they can get support to defend themselves. And that is true. When you have been tampered, you have been trampled upon, you have been smashed, you look left, look right, you don't see support. Look up, look down, no support. What else do you have? You have nothing to support yourself with. Then you have to look for means to defend yourself. Okay. The United Nations has this, what they call the responsibility to protect. Okay. That responsibility to protect is called R2P. Okay. There is responsibility for every country to protect all countries at war, protect the population against genocide, against crime against humanity, ethnic cleansing. Okay. Each individual state has that responsibility to protect its population from genocide. Okay. Of war crimes, of cleansing, of crimes against humanity. This responsibility entails the prevention of such crimes, including their excitement and through appropriate and necessary means. This means that if you cannot defend your country, don't blame other people, but the United Nations can come to your rescue if they realize the need for. Okay. Okay. The R2P has been invoked by about 80 countries. Okay. In a UN Security Council resolution. Okay. And that very R2P has been used in many countries, like in Central Africa, like in Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, Liberia, Libya, Somalia, and other countries where they use that means of using the US peacekeepers to get into the country. But that is what we have been asking before, right? I've been asking for the UN peacekeepers to come to the rescue. Okay. Now, we know that tomorrow we have the APP. Please don't forget, tomorrow we have the APP. The president will be addressing the APP tomorrow. Please. I want everybody to to be there. Tomorrow the president will address the APP. And it will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Okay? The president will be addressing the nation of Ambazonia. So please be aware and be there. And it will not be shown on Facebook because Facebook has blocked some accounts. So we will be on satellite. You can watch it at home. You can watch it on TV. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it ABS TV. We have to join the link. The link is already out. The Zoom link for the APP meeting. Okay. Yes. And this is what the president. This is the president's statement. Let me play it and let's see if.
To wrap. Good morning, Africa. Welcome to Daybreak Africa from the Voice of America. I am James Barty in Washington. Today is Wednesday, November 30th, and here are some of the stories we are covering. The longtime spokesperson of the self-proclaimed Republic of Ambazonia says the arrest and indictment by the U.S. Justice Department of 3 U.S. citizens of Cameroon descent will not deter the separatist movement from fighting for their freedom from what he calls French Cameroon. Instead, Chris Anu, the former Secretary of State for Communication for the group, says the arrest will provoke more determination. According to Reuters, the 3 men are accused of soliciting and raising more than $350,000 for supplies, weapons, and explosives to be used against the government of Cameroon. Reuters says the 3 also planned to kidnap and hold ransom civilians in Cameroon to fund the separatist fighters of the Ambazonia Restoration Forces. Spokesperson Anu tells me that federal agents also raided his home in Houston, Texas, early Monday morning and took away communication equipment, including a computer, laptop, and cell phone.
Yesterday, Monday, about 5:45 in the morning here in Houston, Texas, about a dozen Homeland Security SWAT team invaded my home, raided it, and went away with every piece of computer, cell phone, and laptop that I had in my premises.
Chris, were you served a warrant? And what did the warrant say?
I was served a warrant, and the warrant said something to the point that some equipment had been supplied to my residence, and the search needed to be done immediately before it was removed.
There is an article I have in front of me by Reuters, and it talk about the arrest of 3 U.S. citizens of Cameroonian origin, arrested and charged with raising funds for separatist fighters in the Central African country, Cameroon. Are you aware of this?
I'm aware of that. I have read it, but let me say they are not actually Cameroonian citizens per se. That report is inaccurate. They are Ambazonian citizens picked up by the Justice Department and levied the allegations that you are referring to. I hope that they are going to substantiate it, because I read this story, they're talking about money laundering and other stuff. Well, we're waiting to see the evidence. That's what I can say right now.
So you know the individuals, have they been raising money for your movement?
The movement as a whole raises money. I am not aware of any particular individual raising money for the struggle.
According to the Reuters story, have been kidnapping individuals and holding them for ransom. Is your organization involved in such thing? Or first of all, comment on this.
Our organization is totally against any form of kidnapping and ransom taking, and we have been very vocal about that. And you go on the social media, YouTube, you look at our broadcast, we have condemned it again and again and again, because it does not further our cause. It only discourages people from supporting the cause. So again, the Justice Department would have to prove that these three young men were sponsoring kidnapping and ransom taking. But that is not to say that kidnapping and ransom taking is not going on. Of course, we know it is there, but the question is, who is doing it? That is what we hope that the Justice Department proves.
So, Chris, what do you think this indictment and the raid on your house, what do these developments mean for your movement?
It does not deter us by any means. America is a beacon of democracy, and countries have been born out of this nation. The good thing also is that America is not a banana republic like French Cameroon with their vegetable president who will pick up people and sentence them without taking them to court. That is why we are not deterred.
Chris Anu is the Secretary of State for Communication of the self-proclaimed Republic of Ambazonia. You are speaking with
Ali. Again, this is an appeal to rally. Today is Wednesday, November the 30th, in the year of our Lord 20. Fellow Ambazonians, Comrade Chris Anu here, your comrade in arms for a free and independent Southern Cameroon. Yesterday, I came to you with a rally call for us all to gather in Washington, D.C. on December 9 to protest the arrest and indictment of three of our comrades. I am coming to you today to make changes to that announcement. The interim government is organizing this rally to take place on December the 13th, no longer December 9th. That rally will take place December the 13th, not December 9th. We are planning this to coincide with the visit to DC of some La République du Cameroon officials who shall be attending the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit organized by the USA. So we think it is very important that all of us, comrades, whether you belong to the interim government or not, this is about Ambazonia. It is three of our comrades today. Tomorrow it could be you. But we need to take the message to the American government that our people cannot be picked up and frivolous charges leveled against them when they are fighting for the rights and freedoms of their people. So once more, if you really care about what we are fighting for, please, and especially if you live within the axis of New York, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Washington, D.C. Metro, and Virginia, please put aside anything. Put aside anything you plan to do, and let us converge at the Capitol, Washington, D.C., on December the 13th at 10 a.m. Washington, D.C., December the 13th at 10 a.m. And let us all send a strong message to American leaders that just as they send weapons, raise money to supply to Ukraine to fight, Ambazonia is not much different. Let us show up in our thousands, ladies and gentlemen, please. It doesn't matter whether it snows or not. Let us pay a sacrifice and pay a price for our freedoms, for our independence. We should not be perturbed or distressed, discouraged by what we see. It is a moment for us to rally and to stand up for what we want. Thank you, and please pass this message around as you get it. Let everybody get the message, and I look forward to meeting all of you, including other leaders, on December the 13th in Washington, D.C., 10 a.m. God bless you all.
Fellow Ambazonians, I'm coming to you this afternoon as the Press Secretary for the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. As you all must have heard by now, the residence of Comrade Chris Anu was searched today by the American police. At this time, we do not know why the search was conducted, nor do we know who called for the search. All we know is that a warrant was presented to him, and he allowed them to proceed with their business of searching his home. While it may be frustrating, even traumatizing, to watch strangers rummage through your property as you watch helplessly, we must also understand that it is routine practice for such searches to take place when there is a concern for public safety. President Comrade Chris Anu has not been charged with any crime, and up to this time that I'm speaking to you, he is free, healthy, and resting at home. At no time during this episode was he ever put in custody. He is a law-abiding citizen. President Comrade Chris extends revolutionary greetings to all comrades at home on Ground Zero, to our refugees in Ground One and other countries around the world, to those in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon, and to those in the diaspora. He is safe and sound, both in mind and in spirit, and he encourages us all to carry on even with more vigor and determination with the task of liberating our homeland. The forces of darkness may be trying to intimidate us as they see us breaking new grounds to ensure that our freedom is achieved sooner. But let us not be deterred, let us not worry, but rather let us stand our grounds and continue to demand what is truly ours: a free, independent, and democratic Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. He says if this is the price, or if these are some of the trials and tribulations that we must go through to take back our homeland, then so be it. He is strong and even more determined to carry on with the task of liberating our homeland, and he demands the same from you and me. I would like for you all to tune in to the ABS TV tomorrow afternoon at 8 p.m. AMBA time for more updates on this breaking story. I would like to end with this announcement with the following three memorable quotes. And the first one is from Helen Keller. And it goes thus: character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. And the next one is by Maya Angelou. And it goes thus: you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Again, that was by Maya Angelou. And the last one goes thus: life's challenges are not supposed to paralyze you. They are supposed to help you discover who you are. And this one is by Bernice Johnson Reagan. And that is the announcement I have for you this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let us hold strong, keep your heads high, walk with a stride on your leg, and remain confident that our journey to Boya cannot be disturbed by anything or anyone. Good afternoon and good night. Mike Posey.
Thank you. I'm just putting the APP flyer so that you can see. That's the APP flyer tomorrow, Thursday, the 1st of December at 7 p.m. AMBA time. We have the APP, and the president is going to address everyone tomorrow. Please be there. The Zoom link is already out. You can check the Zoom link in most of the fora. This is the flyer made by the Department of Home Affairs. Check it out. Join the Zoom link tomorrow, 7 p.m. AMBA time. Please, come one, come all. Share, so that we'll see a lot of people there tomorrow, okay? Yes. This is a flyer, as you see. So, yes. So, we have seen a lot of issues happen, and people still don't understand why some of us are still fighting for the truth, fighting for the root cause of this problem. Because most revolutions were never smooth. There were problems, there were issues, there were this, there were that. It's very, very normal. So anything that happened in a revolution, just know it's very, very normal. Okay? It's very, very normal. Don't take it. Don't be discouraged. Don't be heartbroken. Okay? Don't fall for that. Okay? Just know that is what happens in any revolution. Okay? Things like this will happen. People will fall. People will rise. Okay? People will go to jail. People will go. It's very normal. Okay? I just want to make you people know that. And let's not take it personal. Let's not take all those things as if it's something that we'll have to keep in our mind. But let's know that it's part of the war, part of the crisis. Okay? Some of us who are fighting this fight not for ourselves. Okay? It's the zeal we have to fight for our people back home. Okay? Most of us in America, everybody is working in America. Everybody has their job in America. But people take the little time they have so that we can do something for the struggle. Okay? Not that, it's just when we see what is going on back home. Some people back home think that, oh, the people in the diaspora, people in America, people in Europe are fine. Most people have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Okay? Some of us sacrifice some hours just to come online and tell our people what is going on. It doesn't mean that we should abandon our people back home. They have said, oh, they have a ground zero command, they can fight their war. They have tested it. It's not easy. It's not easy that when you have a struggle like this, both diaspora and the ground zero have to work together. Okay. Yeah, I'm just sorry to say I have a meeting. I really have a meeting now, and I'll be going, but know that you people should keep fighting. Okay? Yeah, you people should keep fighting. It's not the end, okay? It's not the end. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. We have a great, okay, we have many enemies. So don't be discouraged. We have a lot of war, you see. Okay.
You are Yahweh. 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 Alpha and Omega. Why don't you just lift up your hands and close your eyes? You are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. One more time, sing with me. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Dino kusimuzirai wakangaripo waripo na nasi acharangaripo. You are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh. 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 Alpha and Omega. And Omega. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Ino kurumita imari. Ino semutila. Sitarenu. Hakuna mwe wakaita teli. Alpha and Omega. Come on, guys, one more time. You are Yahweh. You You are Yahweh. Alpha. Just open your mouth and worship your God. Come on. In your own words, open.
Hey, my people, thank you for watching the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there and hit that notification button right there. And you'll be getting me all the time when I come on live, okay? I'll be there all the time. I'll be there no matter what. Keep watching IMMTV Media, Radio and Television. Keep watching my personal show, talk show, Fritz Misodi Talk Show. This is the political lab for you guys, okay? Keep watching. Thank you for watching.